Hello, good evening, and welcome back to the Ballymena Showgrounds. We're following a nerve-shredding win on penalties in Latvia over FK Auda. Nathan Rooney's Larne FC are once again underway in Europe. Tonight they meet a new foe from familiar territory as FC Prishtina of Kosovo make their Conference League bye after Europa League exit at the hands of Sheriff Tiraspol. On Larne's bench this evening, the two goalkeepers Daniel Collett and Dylan Graham as we get underway with a long ball down to the right-hand side. Matt Ridley. Donnelly goes long towards Dan Bent. Larne forced a turnover in the middle. McKendry jumps into the action and Larne take over. Bent takes off. Direct shot though from range from Paul O'Neill, but the home crowd over the other side like what they're seeing there. Larne on goal. It's been the hallmark of a Larne goalkeeper ever since sort of the Kenny Bruce era in 2017. If you think all the way back to Conor Devlin, it's Larne have always relied on a goalkeeper who can confidently disperse the ball with their feet. It's a great ball through the middle. Dan Bent's there. He's onside. He's got Dylan Sloan in front of goal. Sloan!
Oh, that was unlucky. Again, great football. This is really good football from Larne here.
Listen to the roar.
Keep the pressure on.
Dan Bent playing very high again, John, but he's causing all sorts of problems so far.
Yeah, he really is.
1-2 on the left-hand side. Prishtina now pressing.
Be careful.
Here's Viliu. Viliu sends it left to Silecic. Ball to the back post. Ferguson parries.
This is where you can get caught, Joel.
Glentoran, always a great unknown. Linfield in their first season without Joel Cooper, who has gone to Coleraine. Talk of investment at Cliftonville. Ballymena spending money. Dungannon Swifts as Irish Cup champions, and so on and so on.
Yeah, and probably the most surprising one of them all probably was when you talk about Glentoran there was probably Fiud Sully with
long speculative shot from the outside, and it's wide from Silecic.
Yeah, he's trying to take advantage of this now.
Randall and McKendry, they do have Sean Graham sitting just square of them. Someone though probably will go direct. It's going to be Mark Randall. Great shot, zips over the bar. Manages to evade the wall, but just high of the crossbar. Nice dummy from McKendry. Was brilliant for when he came back and sort of quarterbacked the midfield for Larne through those early years. There's a lofted ball intended for Paul O'Neill. Does find O'Neill. Gallagher steps up, does well. Drops to Paul O'Neill in the box. Paul O'Neill with a shot driven low. Didn't quite connect O'Neill, but pulled that shot in tight.
I think he needs one or two more signings. You know, obviously we're going to lose 2 or 3 players at the start of the season here for 6 matches, so I think he knows himself he maybe needs another player brought in there. Probably a defensive one.
Randall whips it in towards the back post. Good ball. I think it was Nolan got the head to it.
Nolan.
We're still tied at 0-0 here. Referee was play on. Paul O'Neill does.
Tell you something, a strong play from Paul O'Neill there. That fella still stayed down.
Play eventually halted for treatment here, I think.
He may have caught him with his elbow, I think, Joel, maybe in the head, I'm not sure. No, there's not much in it, so there's not.
Referee, I think, has shown a yellow card to... I'm not entirely sure, but we'll find out.
I don't know what has happened there. Just as long as it's not a Larne player, you don't want any yellow cards at this stage of the...
one of Pristina's players' protests was met with a booking there from Ivan Griffith. We'll get confirmation of that in just a second. And so too looks like manager Arsim Thatchi. And things spilling over a little bit here for Prishtina. I think they're unimpressed the referee let that game play on. Just the delay in their player getting treatment, but
I don't know what he's shouting at here, because to me there was nothing really happened to the player there when you look at it. You know, I thought maybe Paul O'Neill hit him with his elbow or something. He didn't, he just went down. Will not get any sympathy on that side of the pitch, Joe, I'm afraid.
It's Ardian Muya, Pristina's number 11, who stayed down and is now back to his feet. But it was a yellow card to a player and the manager Arsim Thatchi. Prishtina looking for a late ball into the box here. Larne muscle them off, and it's going to be another booking. Things are starting to spill over a little bit here at the end of the first half. As the halftime whistle goes, there will be a conversation with the referee as both sides walk off. Yellow card shown to number 11, Ardian Muya. And a little bit of tension in that Prishtina team, John, at the end of the first half, but I think Larne will be happy enough with that first half performance.
Yeah, I thought just the first 20 minutes, I thought Larne had great pace about them, so they did well, but then they sort of dropped off a little bit. I mean, as well as that, Prishtina had a couple of chances there. They had a header at the back post there that was headed straight at the keeper. But overall, Larne just needs to up it a little bit again, and I think probably Nathan will have a word with some players just at half time here. But
and we are back underway here at the stadium.
Yeah.
Larne, when they went out there, trained at the pitch that they're using for their games at the moment, but it's primarily a rugby stadium, I think.
Yeah.
But it's a hard trip out to Gibraltar, but we know the quality of Shamrock Rovers. Inside ball to Sean Graham, flicks it back into the face of goal. Mark Randall!
Oh, he has to get over that, Joel. He'll be annoyed with himself. He should have kept that down. He has to hit target from there. I'm not sure what club he went to, but I know he left today. Ron Roussi or Ecom. I think he's supposed to be a very, very good player now.
Yeah, it was the first thing I heard when I arrived at the stadium tonight. Very hotly tipped. They're probably their best defender was sold this morning.
Yeah.
Apologies, by the way. That number 23 is Akilu Ndreka, not Bertucci. Here's a whip ball in for Prishtina, and a free header. Good save, Ferguson. The ball's loose. Deflected. Prishtina still. Third shot, cleared off the line.
That was so close, Joel. It really was. It was 3 attempts there, I think. This is what you have to be careful of. It was a great, I'll tell you something, it was a great cross.
Rowan Ferguson keeps it alive, and the third clearance, slight deflection, and it's Ryan Nolan.
Ryan Nolan, yeah,
off the goal line.
Fantastic, well done.
Prishtina with another attack here. Muya. Gallagher does well. Sloan.
Got to keep the ball now.
McKendry.
There's no options on.
It's a tight ball from McKendry. Larne stripped here. Rowan Ferguson out in no man's land. Prishtina have an opportunity, and yet again Nolan off the goal line. Away by Sloan. Larne survive a real scare there.
That's twice Nolan's cleared off the line, Joel.
Can Larne respond? Here's Gallagher.
Oh, just need to keep the ball. They really do. They're just giving it away too much.
And it's the new sign-in, Kobe Moore. What a moment to make your Larne FC debut in the 71st minute of this first leg. We are tied at 0-0, and the striker Kobe Moore takes over for Conor McKendry. Brand new sign-in. Villieu tries to get around Cosgrove. Prishtina instead go to the right hand side. There's a range shot from Lamani.
Yeah,
Ferguson.
well held her own.
And as we can see, it's a red card for one of the Prishtina coaches. It's the end of his day. And Neil Clark sends him up the tunnel.
No messing with O'Neill. You're not allowed in the stand. You have to go up the tunnel. You're not allowed in there.
Larne's third visit to the Fadal Valkyrie Stadium. There's a whip ball in here. Danger at the back. Cosgrove just gets a touch on it.
That's it, Joe.
And that is going to do it. I think Prishtina were looking for a few more seconds there. Last of the action there. Matt Ridley glances that on. Cosgrove on the turn, just manages to get a touch away. And it ends all square here once again. Larne now 2-0 draws at home in Europe this season. But in Riga last week they managed to do the business on penalties. And this one heads on to Kosovo on a knife edge. You've mentioned throughout the game, John, this is a quality lineup from a really quality, domestic league. Kosovan football There's a lot of money in it. There's a lot of good players. You have to look at this as a good result for Larne, and they go to the away leg with the game all to play for.
Yeah, they're still in it, Joel, and that's very, very important. Nathan probably looked at the last 20 minutes there and just thought, look, if they get a draw here, but it's going to be very hard over there. You can't take it away from Kosovo. They're a good league, so they have, and they're a very strong league. So I just don't know what way this is going to go in Kosovo. It's going to be very, very hard for them. But again, they didn't lose the game, so they're still in the tie.